Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. And I've been able to listen to some of this debate this afternoon, and to the Leader of the Green Party, my question to you, sir, and to those on the left: do we have the will to stand up for working-class families in this province? I am proud to say that in this side of the House, under the leadership of Premier Ford, our government, with this initiative brought forward today by my colleague and my good friend, the member from Sarnia-Lambton, that we will always stand up for working-class families in this province.
Order.
Mr. Speaker, I am truly grateful for the opportunity to rise today and speak with great concern about the closure of Enbridge Line 5 pipeline. Madam Speaker, as others in this House have already said, many hardworking families across this province have lost their jobs because of the devastating COVID-19 pandemic. Everyone knows a local shopkeeper, a friend or a family member who has been deeply impacted. These workers have lost their income that supports themselves and their families through absolutely no fault of their own. Madam Speaker, as I've said, this is clearly a challenging time for families, which makes it even more frustrating and discouraging that the Governor of Michigan has decided to shut down Enbridge Line 5 pipeline now. To put it simply, Enbridge Line 5 is critical to the jobs and lives of thousands of families across Canada and the United States. This short-sighted decision to force a shutdown will cost more than 5,000 jobs locally and another 23,500 jobs that depend indirectly on this pipeline. Madam Speaker, Line 5 provides thousands with a roof over their heads. These are more than just job numbers or numbers on a company's payroll. These are more than just in terms when we talk about how many people have lost their jobs during this pandemic. We know that this pipeline project will ensure that those jobs get filled. These are mums and dads who need to pay their rent or mortgage, pay for a hockey or ballet membership, do a donation to a local church, or a donation to the local women's shelter. Real people, families, business owners, and workers who want to go back to work and contribute to Ontario's economic recovery. During what is arguably the worst economic crisis of our lifetimes, we must stand up and fight for these workers. These are good jobs for thousands of working-class families at a time when jobs are in short supply. Welders, pipe fitters, labourers, truckers, cement finishers, electricians, crane operators, insulators, and many, many more. Skilled trades jobs, well-paying jobs, in many cases the best-paying jobs in all of the skilled trades in the country, that let people provide for their families and support all of our communities. These are good union jobs that pay benefits and pensions and provide stability. They do a lot more than put food on the table. These jobs provide dignity and purpose. That's why, Madam Speaker, I called on, with my colleagues, the Government of Michigan to reverse its short-sighted decision. I called on them to join with us and stand up for good, meaningful jobs. Jobs in Ontario, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Quebec. We're standing up for families that need to heat their homes. And we're standing up for workers and their families who need our support today. Our government has been working hard to protect the health and well-being of the people of Ontario. We've worked across ministries, across government, and with our federal and municipal partners to offer workers, especially those on the front lines, unprecedented support. In my ministry, this has included targeted safety visits to workplaces, hiring more inspectors, and working with business and labour to develop sector-specific guidelines that keep people safe. For those that need it, the first piece of legislation we introduced during these very challenging times was job-protected leave so that workers can stay home and follow the advice of medical professionals. We've also worked closely with our federal partners to provide 20 paid sick days That's a full month of income support to ensure workers don't have to choose between their health and their paycheck. I mention all of this because it demonstrates how our government is supporting ordinary, hardworking people. These are the people who the Governor of Michigan wants to leave behind with the closure of Line 5. As we begin to safely and gradually reopen our economy, I'm focused on making sure we leave nobody behind. Our recovery depends on ordinary people laying the foundation for a better tomorrow. As Minister, my mission is to spread opportunity more widely and fairly. This is why I have to stand up and stand shoulder to shoulder with these workers. Madam Speaker, our government believes in ordinary people. They are resilient and they stick together. Across Ontario, on the job and in the classroom, at new construction sites and in churches and community groups, neighbours are helping neighbours. And they've already begun the building, the research, the work, and the giving that will make our province great again. Madam Speaker, it is not just our government who is fighting for Line 5. We have heard from unions, associations, and all levels of government from Canada and the United States who are calling on the government in Michigan to reverse this decision. Madam Speaker, I have a part of a letter here from the United Association of Journeymen and Apprentices of the Plumbing and Pipe Fitting Local 170 Union that I would like to share with all of you. And I quote, "Canadians rely on Line 5 for safe transportation of oil, propane, and other energy products. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer's administration is attempting to terminate an easement that has been in place since 1953. This action will prevent the safe transport of fuel that heats homes and provides energy to Michigan, neighbouring U.S. states, and Canada's two largest provinces. Shutting down Line 5, even temporarily, would also have a major and immediate impact on crude oil supply for refineries and, as a result, refined product supply for consumers, motorists, and industry. To shut down Line 5 is based on an ill-informed, inaccurate, out-of-date, and unsupportable opinion." Unquote. Madam Speaker, this is just one of the many letters written in support of the continued operation of Line 5. It has been made clear from many different voices that Line 5's discontinuation will have crippling effects on local economies. As I've said, Madam Speaker, on numerous occasions, Ontario truly is filled with talent and potential. Our government is working hard to find innovative ways to prepare the people of Ontario for their return to work. We are supporting projects that help remove COVID-19-induced barriers to hiring, training, and retraining workers so we can build a stronger labour market. We are trying to modernize the system to meet the looming shortage of skilled workers across the province. We have made good strides, but the decision to end Line 5 will most certainly damage the progress that has been made. Our skilled workers are the backbone of Ontario, and they have proved that since the early days of COVID-19. We want to ensure that the people of our province can succeed and get back on their feet and into the workforce as soon as possible. These workers and their families need our support now more than ever. We must stand shoulder to shoulder and fight for our workers. We need to move beyond a division between established jobs and emerging jobs. Instead, we should unite around our concern for good jobs. Enbridge Line 5 has operated safely for 65 years and creates work that provides people with dignity, purpose, and pride. Madam Speaker, I firmly believe that it is entirely possible to continue the operation of Line 5 in a safe and environmentally responsible way that does not harm people or the planet. So, in conclusion, I ask everyone in this legislature to join Premier Ford, our government, the heroic work of the member from Sarnia-Lambton, and stand up for good, meaningful jobs in Ontario by calling on the Governor of Michigan to reverse this decision and continue the safe operations of Enbridge's Line 5 pipeline. Thank you.